going to zero in. Remember, this is about where the craft were at 11 p.m. So we're going to zero in this darkest part of the cloud bank here. And look what we see. There's our three ships that we were just talking about. 1, 2, 3. And the cloaking fields still look the same. Check that out. There's number 1. Beautiful. Hello, this is Susan from Solaris, Modalis. Today I have something fascinating to show you from the photography related to the missile incident. The video I'm about to show you is produced by Skunk Bay, and I'm very grateful to the owner of the blog who's given me permission to use his photographs and color and light adjust them and present them in the video here. So before we get into this, I want to give you a quick background on cloaking technology and how I have been able to spot this in the sky. If you've seen my other videos, you will see that I have been able to take photographs of cloaked ships. Now, it's not actually the ship. I'm taking photographs of the evidence because the ship is cloaked usually, and you can't see it unless the light hits it a certain way, but that's actually something I'm going to show you right now. Because before we get into this related to Skunk Bay, I want you to have a reference point that this is real. It's my view that cloaking technology does exist, and I'm talking about human craft. So I'm talking about secret space program type craft. The reason I feel it exists is because I have taken photographs of it and done significant analysis in this area. So let's take a quick look at that. And then that will give us a context and a foundation for understanding what I have found in the Skunk Bay video. So to go back to here, see this geometric pattern? This was so amazing. And I located it at the same location as this, okay? So this geometric phenomenon was directly over the location of the secret space program craft. And I did videos explaining that in adjusting the lighting, I was looking into different layers of light, and at some frequencies or layers of light, because frequencies, another way of talking about frequencies is equal to light is equal to energy. When frequencies express through something solid, that's when that's what we call that a vibration. So what happens is the frequencies emanate out, right? Which is the cloaking technology. The frequencies of that technology emanate out and create a vibration in the atmosphere, and that makes a pattern. Okay, so that's how this particular cloaking technology appears to work. Now, if you would like to see more, there is a series, and it's literally 10 parts. Actually, it's 11. I haven't added the 11th one on here, where I compare cloaking technology and holographic technology, because in my view, there are similarities in terms of the end result. Okay, so this is stunning evidence of cloaking technology on my blog. I'll link it at the bottom of the video, and all the links to all of the articles are in this one. So I wanted to give you this context that there are geometric patterns that can be seen that indicate the presence of a cloaked craft. And I am talking about human technology here. In these articles, I go into why that is. And as we look at the Skunk Bay photography, I will also show you why I feel this is human technology. Okay, let's play the video first. Now, this is a video created by the owner of skunkbayweather.com specifically for this missile incident, and I want to thank Sandy for pointing me in this direction. She contacted me and let me know there was this raw video footage out there. Now this is 44 seconds, and for you guys, I'd like to play it for you unedited and then start making some comments. So it started at 10:23 p.m. on June 9th, and the missile incident was a few hours later on June 10th in the morning at 3:56 a.m. Okay, I want to focus in today on the cloaked ships that I found in the sky. Okay, the first thing that I wanted to show you, this is 4 seconds in, and I want to focus in on here on what these stars look like. What I discovered looking at the raw footage, and I had already seen this when I looked at the missile incident photograph. See these white dots here? First of all, there are stars, quote unquote, in front of a very densely packed with cloud cover sky. Look how many of them there are, okay? And some where it's extremely dense. So could one or two of these be, especially sort of at the margin where it's, now see the lighter color, that's sky, so that's an opening in the cloud bank. Could that be a star? Sure, but some of them are not, in my view. So let's look up here and see, get really close up, and see what these, now I want you to notice what the pattern looks like, okay? What the patterns look like around these stars. Okay, they're light and then one color for the most part. In this one, I have edited for lighting and color. What this has done is it has popped, now I hope you can see this on your video. It's popped the lights that are in front of the cloud bank. Look at this. All right, I want to show you this. These are right in front of very dark cloud cover, yet they're shining brightly. Now we know, you and I know, that a nuclear missile is about to launch, okay, in this photograph. And what you are seeing here is that there is a huge presence in the sky prior to the launch of this missile. I have looked at the possibility that some of these dots of light are dirt on the camera, mist on the camera, airplanes, and satellites. And I have discounted these. I've looked at many photos and also stars shining through the clouds. So I just want you to know I've made a comprehensive look at a number of things. I've looked at many photos of things like airplanes and tried to create the same effect, airplanes at night, and I have not been able to. I've looked at other time lapses from the same blog and looking at the patterns of airplane flights and satellite movement to the extent that I could tell on the camera on other time lapses that are present on the blog. So anyway, this is what I got, and it's what I want to share with you. Now again, you can see here, let's look. These ones up here are the stars. These are definitely, I think these are definitely stars up here. But there's something interesting that I found around some of these. Now some of these have a pattern around them, and I decided to take a closer look. And let me show you what I found. Now here is the original photo that we're going to look at. In this version of the photo, I've edited for light and color. What that's done is it's made the part of the sky that shows through the cloud bank very blue. You can see, and I've put little arrows here or little circles you can see the number of phenomena that are present. It's huge. There's basically an entire fleet up in the sky. That's what this looks like. Okay, not kidding here. That's what this looks like. Now remember, this is an incredibly serious incident. Okay, we're talking about the launch of a nuclear missile, and we know that one of these things, to our knowledge, has only gone off, or two of them, in 1945 at the end of World War II. So this is a serious event. Okay, it's not unlike the Hawaii Missile Incident, which I also wrote about, and that article went viral globally. This is the article I'm referring to right here. Kim Pasteur took these photos and posted them on Facebook. So when I write these articles, this was another serious incident where it appeared there were these type of light ship UFOs that are known to turn off nuclear missiles were present at the Hawaii incident in January of 2018. Now, I believe that was a real launch and a real incident. The reason that I write these articles like on the Hawaii missile incident and showing you what I'm showing you today, the reason I've waited so long to make sure that I really understood what was up there and what I believe had happened is because we're talking about a serious incident. There are 3.5 million people that live in the Seattle area alone. I want to have some responsibility in how I talk about this. I don't want to present something that is fantastic and possibly very scary without having a compassionate understanding for my readers and for the people who are affected. What I want you guys to know is that there were ships up there that were ready to take care of business. When Q posted the image of the Whidbey Island Missile Incident in communicating with the Anons on 8chan, they were asking what shot down the missile, okay? And what Q said was a specialized weapons package. They thought it was an F-16, and then they thought, well, oh, really? Does it carry, the ability to shoot down a missile? And Q answered it was a specialized weapons package. What I'm communicating here is it may have been shot down by craft that are in these secret programs. Maybe it was something else, but I'm just going to say what I see is I see a fleet, okay? I see a fleet. It is cloaked to look like stars. It's probably our guys, okay, in these secret programs. Because if you follow Q, you know that Q knows about these incidents ahead of time. Therefore, our military knows about these incidents ahead of time, or knew about this incident ahead of time, and was ready to respond. So that's what I want to communicate here. I want to communicate a sense of hope that while there appear to be false flag occurrences where real people could be hurt, that we have the responsibility to deal with this ourselves, because we have exotic technology that we're using, in my view. Adding to that, we have this higher dimensional force or higher dimensional group that has our backs. The action that we're going to focus in this video is the cloaked ships that are human craft that are hiding in the cloud bank. So I just want to review the story so far, and then we're going to dig into the photos a little bit more because I've got something exciting to show you. So here's the night sky around 11 to 11:30 p.m. Where are these cloaked ships? We just went through the photo here where I edited the lighting and the color in the original photo. This is the original photo. And you can see that it pops these lights that are actually in front of the cloud bank. What I noticed by going over and over and over through these photos is some of these orbs, they appear to be light orbs, but I think they're actually craft. It's just that with the distance, they look like a round light. Check this out, you guys. Oh my God. Do you see this? Let me make it bigger. Look at this. Okay, what I'm referring to is, do you see this rectangle of color? You have a light in the sky. It is in front of the densely packed cloud bank. It is projecting a geometry of light. It is multicolor. Because of the distance, I can't narrow in on what that pattern looks like. What I'm saying is, it looks rectangular in the photo, but it could be something else. And the colors, the colors are simply indicative. We don't know exactly what it looks like because it is too far away. But is that cool or what? I'm so excited about this. Hold on a second. Let me show you another one. Okay, here's another one. Again, this is even this is against an even darker part of the sky. Now here, I'm just going to address the photograph at the top left here. Look how dark the sky is, okay? So right now we're looking right in here. So you can see in this smaller version, I've lightened it up significantly, but we are looking at, let's see. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be in the darkest part of the cloud bank, the most thick, and this is sort of the second most thick. Let's go back to it. Look at that. It looks like camouflage. Okay, look at that pattern. Now you could say that, oh, well, there's differentiation in the cloud thickness of the cloud bank. Sure there is, and that's what these bigger patterns behind the light in the sky, that's what they're showing you, differentiation in the thickness of the cloud bank. But this is a projection of the technology here, okay? This is a transmission of the technology or a projection of the technology. Now, I have an article where I talk about cloaking technology versus holographic technology. The interesting thing about cloaking technology is it's basically projecting a non-image. So there's an aspect of the concept of holograms here. But again, this is a geometric pattern. Because it's so far away, it's probably not necessarily a rectangle. But it's some shape. It's multicolored, okay? It's multi-layered in frequency and functionality. It's projecting a blue light instead of a white light, which is fine. Most of the stars up in the sky, it's emulating a star. Most of the stars up in the sky, if you look up there, they're white with your eyes. You can see white, red, blue, gold. Those are the colors I usually see. All right, now let's look at the one that's in the densest part of the cloud bank. Awesome. Look at that. Oh my God. Is that amazing or what? Look at that. Okay. This is not galactic technology. This isn't a higher dimensional, those orbs that turn off the nuclear component of missiles. This is human. And I've been asked to talk about the difference between a galactic vessel and a human advanced technology craft. Well, this is one of the differences. It's using a light spectrum that emits a pattern that is similar to other human technology. Those round light orbs that whip through the sky and act in ways that even secret space program craft can't yet emulate, in my view, in my opinion. Those emit a light that is much more like a natural light. They're able to emit light that is much more, I want to say like the sun. It has a much more natural feel and presentation. I'm going to show you some other lights that project a multicolor pattern like this that are human technology and that are in this photograph. What I want to do now is look at these lights down here. Again, this is clearly human technology. And what we're going to do is look at how it presents in the photograph. Now, what you can see here, okay, this photograph is taken at night. What you can see is that we're not getting a camouflage type pattern like with the ship in the sky. Okay, I'm going to call that light a ship. We're not getting a camouflage pattern, and that's because these lights aren't cloaking technology. But what these lights are is human technology that operates within a spectrum of light. Now let's look at the light in the sky. This is natural lighting. It doesn't break into multicolors in the same way that human, see, it doesn't, the same way that human lighting does. Okay. We get some color differentiation where the cloud cover comes in. So that's what I wanted to show you today. To catch the cloaking aspect like this is phenomenal. I'm going to show you one more view before we wrap up. Here's one more view of the cloaking pattern from a different still shot. Again, you can see that there is a clear geometry present, multiple frequencies of light that the craft is projecting. This most likely wraps around the craft. It emanates light, so it's looking like it's a star. You cannot see the ship aspect, and part of that is because of the distance, but you can see that there is a cloaking field around this craft. Phenomenal. In this composite image, I have taken the missile launch and added the approximate relative position of these 3 cloaked ships we've been talking about. That's actually the size, that little dot. If this story is true, could it be that the tide has turned? It sure looks that way. If these are our assets, if these are part of secret military programs that are highly advanced, they're being used in our favor now, not just for our country, but for this entire planet. Does this give me hope for the future and for a better world? Absolutely. Is this interesting story what really transpired at the Whidbey Island Missile Incident? That's for you to decide.